AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that will be linked with a transfer move to Arsenal.
Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Just literally arrived back in the UK from Jamaica. Big up to everybody in Jamaica. Had a wonderful time out there. Done some filming on an unbelievable documentary that's going to be coming out this year. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that once that lands. Can't tell you too much more about it at this moment in time. But it was absolutely brilliant filming out there, and for everybody I met up there, and so many Arsenal fans that I met over there, and fans of all football clubs, it was absolutely brilliant, and it was just so nice to meet so many people, and I will be back very, very soon. But back in the UK now, which, you know, I can tell I'm back because it's pouring down with rain, right? All that sunshine's out the window, but only one day to go in the UK because going to be flying out to Singapore and Hong Kong, of course, because Arsenal is finally here. The pre-season tour is about to begin. And everybody is asking the same question. They've seen some signings come through. Madueke announced yesterday. We know that Mosquera is going to be announced as well, and that they will be on the tour. Well, actually, in the case of Madueke, and I'm not sure if he's going to be on the tour straight away because from what I understand, Arsenal are telling him to take a little bit of a rest, do some work with your personal trainer for now. Remember, he's just coming off the back of featuring in the Club World Cup. And even though he didn't play in the final and didn't play in, you know, some of the games, he was still there with the team. So you are still, you know, doing all the training and all that associated with it. And he hasn't really had a holiday. But Madueke unveiled yesterday, he is now an Arsenal player. As we've been saying, let's all get behind him. And you never know. I think this guy, you know, putting away all the hysteria that was started off with it first being mentioned, I think this guy might surprise all of us in an Arsenal shirt. So looking forward to seeing him playing. But the player that everybody wants to see on that pre-season tour is Victor Gyokeres. Now, even at the airport, when I was coming out and waiting for my bags, at least 3 people approached me and said, Robbie, has he been signed yet? The answer at the moment is no. Victor Gyokeres has not been signed yet. And we know that Arsenal are about to leave for Singapore. My understanding is that they're leaving today to go to Singapore. So he's not going to be on that plane. Doesn't mean that he won't join up with the squad on the tour if they can get everything done. Now, the journalist Ben Jacobs was reporting that it's close to a complete breakthrough, even though he was told about 4 or 5 days ago that there's a full agreement reached. It still seems like there's been arguing going on around the overall package. Now, it's all been agreed, but it's how are these add-ons going to be paid? How are the, you know, the incentives to the add-ons? Are they easy to achieve add-ons or are they difficult to achieve? Those are the little nuances that are going on around the deal. It is going to get done. He's coming to Arsenal. It's got to be, this is typical Arsenal style, isn't it? When we're looking at it, where it just drags on and on and on. But this deal will get done, and Victor Gyokeres is going to become an Arsenal player. Ben Jacobs saying that he feels that there's going to be a breakthrough this weekend and that this deal will get done, and that Victor Gyokeres at the moment is just waiting for the go-ahead to go and do his medical, and then he'll join up with the Arsenal team, and he's absolutely buzzing to do that. We're absolutely buzzing to see him. So let's hope this deal can get done very, very soon. This was interesting. I saw this one yesterday where there's some reports that Arsenal supposedly cooling their interest on Eberechi Eze. Well, I hope this is not true because, again, I would love to see Arsenal sign Eze. Doesn't mean that the deal is dead yet. It's not over. But apparently Arsenal not too happy. These are what the rumours are saying. Not too happy with the valuation of Eberechi Eze. They want to get a bit cheaper. So as we do. We know there's this release clause of £68 million, but Arsenal would like to get this paid in instalments, maybe even pay a little, do a bit like what they did with Zubimendi, pay a bit more than the release clause, but chop it up into instalments. Palace supposedly at the moment sticking to their guns and saying no, release clause, or we want at least £45 million of that release clause up front. And Arsenal not very happy with that. But at this stage, there's still a lot of negotiating to be done. This one's definitely not going to happen before the pre-season tour for sure. But they supposedly have cooled their interest on him a bit. And then you see these rumours that Arsenal are interested in Xavi Simons, or Simons, whichever way you want to say it. Fabrizio Romano reporting that both Arsenal and Chelsea are showing a strong interest in Xavi Simons. Now, he's a very, very talented player, still very, very young. And I've just been surprised, actually, over the last few seasons that he hasn't got that ultimate move where he's gone to a really, really big club. This maybe could be the year. Now, RB Leipzig are reportedly looking for around about £56 million for him, which would make him cheaper than Eberechi Eze. He's a very similar player, attacking midfielder who can also play out wide as well. So, interesting that Arsenal are showing an interest in Xavi Simons. Is this because they're seeing the difficulties seeing the difficulties in getting a deal done for Eberechi Eze, and they're looking at an alternative in Xavi Simons? It'd be a great alternative because he's also a great player. I'd still prefer Eze. And is this typical banter, what we've seen him doing all this summer, which he's done with the Gyokeres and Sesko thing, where he's sort of playing off one against the other, having two options, and then maybe later on he makes a decision on which one he goes for based off of which one's going to offer the most value. Interesting. I'm going to do a poll on this actually today. I'd like to ask you guys, Eze or Xavi Simons? Which one of those two would you like to see sign for Arsenal? Eberechi Eze or Xavi Simons? Two really, really talented players, similar players. Which one of those two would you like to see sign for Arsenal Football Club? Let me know right now. And finally, good news, Ethan Nwaneri confirmed 5-year deal at Arsenal. This was a real worry for Arsenal, that Ethan Nwaneri would not sign and would be poached by a whole host of huge teams around Europe and even in the Premier League. But Arsenal have got it done, and Ethan Nwaneri is staying at Arsenal, and that is such good news. We're talking about players like Xavi Simons. This guy's potentially as good as all these guys, and he's still only 17. Got a long way to go to get to these guys, but he will get there. He's super talented, and I'm so happy that Arsenal are keeping Ethan Nwaneri. Great signing. So those are the rumours for today. Don't forget, flying out to Singapore tomorrow. This is a bit of a pit stop in the UK for me for one day, but then we're going to be flying out to Singapore tomorrow. We'll do one transfer daily for here, and then after that we'll be over in Singapore and Hong Kong. Looking forward to that. Arsenal taking on, of course, Newcastle, taking on AC Milan and Tottenham Hotspur over there in Hong Kong. Some really good friendlies, some real challenging friendlies for Arsenal. So they're really going to be tested on these. Listen, thanks for watching the show today. I'll see you all tomorrow.